What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Competitive Gamers here, back again, once again, for bringing you guys back week 2 battle against Bloody Skarmy, coach of the Vancouver's Volcanoras. I'm your coach, obviously the LA Infernapes, and yeah, as you guys have noticed, there hasn't been a team, but there wasn't a team builder uploaded this week due to the fact that I lost the video and I didn't feel like recording another one because I already did the battle and I already know what happened. So I guess it's good for me that I don't have to record it, I guess. But I'll discuss my team. The 6 mods I decided to bring against the Vancouver's Volcanoras were Celesteela, Weavile, Gligar, Mimikyu, Seismitoad, and Charizard's X. I decided to bring my Mega this week, making his debut, by the way. So looking at his team, he has big threats. He has threats like Nihilego, Entei, Shaman, Thundurus, Mega Kang, Florges, Araquanid, and yeah, etc. He had more threats, and on my top of my head I don't really remember. But honestly, my biggest threats were Araquanid, Mega Kang, Thundurus, Nihilego, and Entei, because I really didn't have great switches for them. When I built this team, I felt like he was gonna be scared of my two. I felt like he was gonna be scared of Suicune, so I felt like Shaman had a great matchup because of one. I have a Crook and I had like 3 ground types and 2 water types. So I thought Shaman actually had a decent matchup, but he didn't decide to bring it against me. He decided to bring Araquanid, Mega Kang, Florges, Thundurus, Doublade, and Muzdale. I honestly didn't prep for Muzdale at all because I didn't feel like Muzdale was gonna come due to the fact that I feel like it didn't have a great matchup. If it did come, it's just for rocks. If I saw it, because one, I have a Seismitoad and a Suicune that could just easily blow it to another world with Scalds. But yeah, he decides to bring it. He decides to bring the Thundurus. Thundurus is a big threat because if he runs Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, HP Ice, that hits my entire team no matter what. With those 4 combination moves, it hits the Seismitoad, it hits my Suicune, it hits my Celesteela, my Gligar, my Weavile. It could including bring Focus Blast for it could hit Weavile and my Crocodile. It could hit Mimikyu, it hits Charizard regular. It hits Gligar, like I said, Gligar before. It hits what else does it hit on my team? It hits Passimion if it runs HP Flying if it wants to. But yeah, Thundurus, I feel like I feel like I gotta get rid of that mon. To win this game, I feel like Thundurus has to go, cause then I can't sweep with my sweeper of Celesteela. I am bringing a set of sweeper Celesteela with Autotomize. I think it was physical. No, was it physical? Yeah, it was physical with Flying EMZ, with Fly, Heavy Slam, and what was the last move? I think it was Giga, if I wasn't mistaken, for Muzdale and... No, it was Earthquake, yeah. It was Earthquake for the Doublade, for the Entei and the Nihilego. I decided to bring a Life Orb Weavile with I think it was Adamant Nature with max attack, few speed investments and few HP investments. It outspeeds his entire team, and he really doesn't have a good Actival Crash Dash knockoff answer. I am bringing a max defense, max HP Gligar with Ruse. This is also my defogger because, like I said, I haven't said this, but Araquanid, if he sets up his whip, it fucks over my team. I have to be scared of that because my answer for most of his team is Weavile, and I can't let Weavile go down. Gligar is carrying Defog, Roost, U-Turn, and Earthquake. I had knockoff on it to knock off the items, but I decided to run Earthquake due to the fact that of Entei. It does more damage to Entei, and it does more damage to other monsters like Kangaskhan, Doublade. I am bringing I'm bringing my Mimikyu this week, holding the Wide Lens with Play Rough, Will-O-Wisp, Thunderwave, and Destiny Mon. This mon is just here to burn, to be an answer for Kangaskhan, to burn it, to be an answer to Entei to Thunderwaving it, and answer for Kyurem, Thunderwave, Scarf Kyurem, Scarf Nihilego, Thunderwave it as well. Destiny Bonds there to in case of I get a Thunderwave off on an Amon that has a Scarf, and actually I'll speed a Scarf Kyurem due to the fact that if it's Thunderwave, I am running max speed, Jolly, that makes me outspeed it, and I have Play Rough there to hit for stab and hitting everything else. My next mod I decided to bring is Seismic Toad. Like I said, Seismic Toad is a Rindoberry set with Stealth Rocks, Scald, Earthquake, and Knockoff, if I'm not mistaken. With even with like a few special defense, few physical defense, and max HP. This is my main answer for like for one of my answers for Ante, taking a hit from a Thunderous with Grass Knot, hitting it hard with Ice Punch. Stealth Rock's there for like to whittle down his team and etc. And my last one I decided to bring is a Flame Charge Charizard X to outspeed a Scarfnet Heligo, I'm pretty sure, and a Scarf Thunderous, because if I get a +1 Dragon Dance, I don't outspeed a Scarfnet Heligo and a Scarf Thunderous. So if I get a Flame Charge off, which if I get a +1 attack boost, I have enough investment to knock out After Rock Shaman with a Flame Charge. So yeah, I'm running Flame Charge with Flare Blitz and Dragon Claw, if I'm not mistaken. No, is it yeah, it's Dragon Claw, because I didn't feel like I needed Earthquake this week. Yeah, that's Charizard. And but yeah, so like I said, my opponent decided to bring those 6 mods, and my biggest scare is Oracunin. I feel like he's gonna try to set up his web, and he's gonna try to set up really fast. So my first two main Pokemon that I wanted to lead with was Weavile and Celesteela, but I decided to lead with the Celesteela because I felt like it had a great matchup overall. Like against his team, the worst thing he could lead with is you could say the Thunderous. But if he does lead with the Thunderous, I'm not really that scared. So, because then I could honestly go swap out into Gligar or Seismic Toad and take the Thunder hit. So like I said, I decided to lead it up with my Skyjar Celesteela. As he decides to lead it with the Raccoon like I suspected. So this is great matchup. So right here, wait, let me pause the video. My bad about like if you're seeing my opponent's side, because I accidentally didn't record my side because I didn't save the video for my side, and I didn't realize that I forgot to save it in. So yeah. So by the way, I'm the opposite side. So right here, first turn, I decided to go for a Z Flying EMZ. I didn't want to hesitate or do anything. I wanted to get rid of the Araquanid. So I went for a Z Flying EMZ first turn. And yeah, but I'm kind of glad the Thunderous came in, because then this is some good damage. It's like over 56% damage around him. 50 to 56%. So as you see, I got the Supersonic Sky Strike off, and it's doing big damage. So right here, he brings in the Thunderous. I know Thunderous outspeeds me naturally. So right here, I have 3 options to go out into. I could go on to Gligar, I could go on to Mimikyu, or I could go out into Seismic Toad. So, or I could stay in and risk him going for Thunderbolt, because if he specs, he kills me. If I feel like he would most likely be specs due to the fact that he's bringing webs, and specs would kill me. If he's Life Orb, I think it's a roll. If he's Extra Bro, it doesn't kill me. If he's Scarf, it doesn't kill me. I take one no matter what, since how much bulk of investments I'm running. Okay, so I decided right here, like I feel like what's the most likely play, because I could honestly just stay in and go for a Heavy Slam. It puts him in range and rocks, and he dies. But I didn't want to risk my Celesteela going down, because this is my main answer for like setting up and sweeping. Like it could set up on the Araquanid, it could set up on a lot of mons. And it's my one answer for floor just to guarantee to kill it. So I decided to swap out into Seismic Toad, because I feel like he would predict the Gligar to come in for the Thunderbolt or Grass Knot because of HPIs. But he did the right play. He did the right play in kicking Grass Knot, and I lost my Rindoberry. So right here, I'm like, okay, what are the chances of him clicking Grass Knot again? What are the chances of him clicking Grass Knot again? There's like a small percent chance of him clicking it again. So I'm like, should I stay in and set up my rocks, or should I go for an Ice Punch, or should I swap out straight out to, I think it was Celesteela I'm debating on. Yeah, it was Celesteela or Gligar, because if he's Scarf, then that means that my Celesteela could come back in. But if he suspects that I might feel like I need Seismic Toad and he might swap out, then he might just stay in. He might just swap out as well to pull a double on me. So I decide to stay in and take the risk, a gutsy risk that I should never have done, and I lose my only rocker, and down goes my Seismic Toad, because I do not take 2 Grass now. So right here, I think he's Scarf. Or because the specs damage would have done less. So right here, I go on to Weavile. Right here, this is a good icicle crash damage on any mod that wants to come in. So I'm honestly gonna just go for the icicle crash. If he scarf, he doesn't kill me with grass. Now grass doesn't do anything. But he decides to go into water bubble. His Rakunin. So I go for the I go for knockoff actually. I go for knockoff and it does about like about 60%, 60 something percent. So right here I decided to swap out because he could leech life me and get some good reliable recovery. But I decide to go back on my Skydrive Celesteela. Because my Skydrive could take any hit and doesn't really affect me. So yes, he sets up his webs. So right here I'm like, okay, I gotta bring in Gligar and get rid of this webs. Right here I decide to go for a Heavy Slam because he really doesn't have a great answer for Heavy Slam. As he magical thinking that I might Leech Seed. But no, I go for a Heavy Slam, go for big damage, and it does about 36%, about like half of the percentage it was. And I go for another Heavy Slam knowing that he cannot live 2 Heavy Slams. So down goes a Rakunin, and that means that if I get my defog off, that means no more webs. Right here, I get my speed boost, my beast boost, and I think I get an attack boost. Yeah, attack boost. I didn't want to swap out because I was like, okay, he went into Kangaskhan, so he could have Thunder Punch. I know he has to carry Thunder Punch to hit my Celesteela, or he can't fight me, or he has to carry Fire Punch. But right here, I decided to stay in instead of going out to my Mimikyu because I knew he was gonna go for Power Punch, and I could get some big damage off on it. And as you can see, Power Punch doesn't really do anything to me. Meanwhile, I could easily get a big heavy slam off on him and get a free 50% off damage off on him. So I get 50% off, like over 50%, like almost 60, like almost 70%, almost 80. Damn, I didn't even notice the damage. But this time I decided to go into grips because I predicted Thunder Punch I predicted him to click the Thunder Punch. And right here I go for straight up defog. I want to get rid of this webs right away. I felt like this was the right opportunity to get rid of these webs. As he decides to go on to his Slorges. So right here I know he's gonna try to defog. Right here I got to like get rid of, I gotta like just U-turn. So right here I decide to U-turn to get some momentum. As I know he's gonna click Wish. He's gonna try to get that Kangaskhan / Thunderous back to full HP. So I go right back onto Skydrive, and I this time I'm gonna go straight up for a Heavy Slam because if it goes on to Thunderous really doesn't do that much to me. Thunderous is still gonna take damage, no matter what. So he decides to go for a Wish. Like I said, he decides to swap onto, I think it's Thunderous. Yeah, Thunderous. He decides to, and this is where Rocks was really good for her. As you can see, my Heavy Slam does about 30 HP or something HP. It takes him to 5 HP, and he lives and gets the Wish off. And that's where Rocks would have came in and came through for me. But I decided to swap because I feel like he was gonna go for a Thunderbolt. As he decides, and he does another good prediction and goes for an HP Ice on me. So I'm like, oh my god, okay, this guy's just outplaying me. I had to play more patience. I'm rushing my moves. So right here, I decide to swap out because I predict him to be Scarf or something, because Scarf damage, or Scarf or Specs. So I decide to swap onto Celesteela because I know my Celesteela can eat up multiple HP Ices. As he goes for another HP Ice, and it does like about, I say 15%, I would say, or 20%, around there. As he reveals to not be Scarf, and he decides, and he reveals Discharge. I was like, my mind, I was like, can I even live that? Can I live that? Because it's Discharge. I don't know why he wasn't running Thunderbolt, but yeah, he lives it, and I go right into Weavile, my Zap. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for an Icicle Crash because I don't see a good Icicle Crash with answer now. As he goes into his Blood Shield, this proves to be that this Icicle Crash is supposed to be doing like about 20% to him. That did less. That proved to be most bulky as that seems bulky as hell. So I'm right here. So he's not in range of knockoff. So I gotta get like another Icicle Crash damage off on it. Because I was calculating max HP, just max HP, as he decides to go for Sacred Sword, and I live, which I was like, wow, I didn't even think I was gonna live that. But I forgot max HP, max defense, so I'm like, okay, I can get a Roost off. So as he go for Sneak, I forgot Sneak is a thing, and down goes my Gligar. Right here, I decided to go in my Mimikyu Peekaboo, as I decide to just Will-O-Wisp. Right here, you might be saying like, why am I going to duplicate? Why am I going to mimic you? Because I have Will-O-Wisp, and I still have my disguise. So I burned the Doublade as he reveals Toxic. So now this mon is a bigger threat now than it's a Swords Dance set. This mon is toxic, like a toxic bulky one. So now I actually, with the burn damage, it's actually putting him in range of knockoff after another Icicle Crash. So like, I decided to swap out since he toxic me. I can still save him my disguise. I could take anything one hit. He's not gonna click Sacred Sword against me. So I decided to go right onto Zeph, because I knew he was most likely gonna swap out. As he decides to go into his what is that? His Muzdel. So his Muzdel, he knows he can't take an Icicle Crash. And I should have went for a knockoff right here, as I decided to go for another Icicle Crash because I felt like he was not going to risk the knockoff. But with this damage, it's actually putting him in range of knockoff. So I'm like, okay, damage is damage. I'm going to get a little bit more damage, more chip with the burn as well. I'm winning it down. I'm adamant. This should kill. At the ranges that it should kill. Unless he's running some physically defensive bulk in it. And he proves to have a few of them. A bit more bulk than I suspected it to have, and he lives, and he goes for a Sacred Sword, and I don't live the Sacred Sword. So down goes my biggest threat to his team. Down goes my Weavile. So now I had to set up with this mon. It's the only way I can win. It's really the only way I can win. I go for Flame Charge, my best play. I don't go Mega. I don't do anything because he could go on to Florges, or he could go on into a lot of mons, and this is regular charge is like the best way to handle it. As he decides to go right onto his Muzdel, so right here I'm like, okay, I have two plays. I could stay in and I'm obviously gonna Mega on first turn. I'm gonna Mega no matter what. I'm gonna Mega this turn. So I Mega this turn and go straight up for Flare Blitz, or go for Dragon Dance. No, I go for Flare Blitz because of damage, because I want to damage off on it. Because then this is the only way I can win. I go for Flare Blitz. It does over half. It's my calc says it should do over half, no matter what. It does the over half that I expected to do. I forgot this thing gets stamina. And I'm like, okay, this is a big problem now. Because now I do not know that if another Flare Blitz kills. And I right here thought he was going to go for like a Rock Slide or an Earthquake. Because I thought Earth Predicted, that's why I Mega right away. Because I predicted the Earthquake, the Rock Slide. Because I knew he was not going to click Earthquake. So fly. So he talks to me, and I hear him like, okay, as long as he does not set up rocks, I'm good. I go right on to Mimikyu, because I still have my disguise, and Mimikyu could still take one. So this is where I messed up a big time, because I could have lowered, like, no matter what, I probably would have still lost, but I could have made this battle more interesting. So yes, he breaks my disguise. So right here you get some good reliable recovery. If I burn this mon, I could Destiny Bond it to death. But I take 2 Earthquakes no matter what. If I burn it right now, I take 2 Earthquakes right now, and Toxic might whittle me down no matter what. So I'm like, okay, my best play right here is to play rough. But say if Earthquake does crit against me, then my best play would be to Will-O-Wisp. But I was debating, but I decided to go with play rough. One reason why is because of Earthquake. I didn't think it really have anything else to me. It hit me. As I play rough, I get the damage off on it. Try to put it back like in range of a plus one regular Charizard with or try to kill it. As he reveals to have Heavy Slam, and I completely forgot this mon gets Heavy Slam, which I do live. But if I would have Will-O-Wisp that turn, no matter what, I take the Heavy Slam and I take 2 with Toxic, and I could have Destiny Bond and killed this Muzdel, and I could have probably, because then he would have to go into Thunderous, and I would have just Flame Charged it because it would be in range. But he reveals the Heavy Slam, which I didn't think he would have, which I didn't even know this thing gets Heavy Slam. And I go for Flippers, hoping I get a crit. If I get a crit, I win. If I get a crit, I don't win. I'm just saying, like, I killed him on pretty much. But he goes for Earthquake, and down goes my Charger. So I've learned a lot in this battle. This battle made me think of a lot. Like, honestly, I played bad. I didn't play to how I was supposed to play against him. I gave him too much. I made easy predictions. I tried over predicting him when I shouldn't have. I tried making the most obvious plays when I should have predicted the mons. Like honestly, I learned that I had to stop rushing my moves because it's gonna cost me. Because honestly, I didn't really. I should have played it more slower. I should have played it more like more thinking. Like I should have never rushed those moves. And yeah, I should have honestly. If I will it was that turn and Destiny Bond killed him, then that means like I could have went on to charger, get a flame charge boost off. Unless if he was running Kangaskhan fake out, he no matter wins, no matter what. But if he wasn't, then I don't know. It would come down to like toxic slash flare blitz damage, because a lot of his bonds were down to where flame charge killed Kangaskhan, flame charge killed Thunderous, flare blitz killed Florges, and I think he had no. It was just those three mons left. If I killed the Muzz, it was just those three mons. I flame charged the Thunderous, I flame charged the Kangaskhan, and I had to flare blitz the Florges, no matter what. But no matter what, Florges would have still lived it because natural bulk. So I would have had to get a Dragon Dance boost off to guarantee to kill it. But yeah, GG to Bloody Scarman and the Vancouver Volcanoras. Great opponent. Great battler as well. Great. He played well. He played better than me. I should have played more safer, played more passive instead of playing. I tried being more aggressive in my side where I should have been. But yeah, unfortunately we lost this week, so we're 1-1 with a -1 differential if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, hopefully we can come back next week. I know we play Regenerated Core team, but I forgot the team name. But yeah, that should be fun. That's also gonna be annoying Regenerated Core since they're hard to break. But other than that, I hope